You are the most valuable investment you will ever make. Hi, I'm Zarina Poonawalla, your leadership coach, life coach, and emotional intelligence coach. You probably know me from the Empowering series, and this is my new show, the Life Manifesto with Zarina Poonawalla. I'm going to coach you to be the best version of yourselves. So get ready to create, attain, and manifest the life you've always desired and make it your reality. Do you remember back in school, just before exams, the pressure of studying, revising, and then being able to retain all that information was the most stressful thing we ever went through, wasn't it? We all struggled before exams, and maybe just like I did, you too stayed up day and night burning that midnight oil. You studied non-stop thinking that the more I study, the better I'll be. And then once you gave your exams, results came out and you just got average results. Not the results you were expecting on the basis of how much effort you've put. So you'd go home crying, nervous, justifying to your parents that you studied really, really hard and you revised like 12 hours non-stop all night. And yet you didn't do well, but you tried. Now comes the interesting part, all right? Your friend, a little bindas maybe by nature, never studied or paid any attention in class. Studied last minute and probably took your help with notes and important questions. They barely managed to finish the portion a night before the exams. But, they got better marks than you did. Without half the effort that you put, they got better marks. I think that was devastating for all of us. And then eventually, it would just come down to this friend is plain lucky. Right? I mean, without spending enough time on a subject, getting good marks, this is nothing but luck. Or they could have probably hid and were secretive about how much they really studied. Some did that too. And this reminds me of this dialogue from the movie 3 Idiots. दोस्त फेल हो जाए तो दुख होता है, पर दोस्त first आ जाए तो और दुख होता है. Between these thoughts, we've all grown up and we believed it too. But do you have any idea why this must have happened really? It's because maybe your friends studied in a way that they adapted or grasped best, but they probably did it subconsciously, not even intentionally. Maybe they didn't even know about it, but they just managed. And this is precisely the reason understanding learning styles can change the way you grasp, adapt, and perform. Can you imagine how amazing it would be if you learned or were taught in a style that best suited you, that you preferred, that you could retain more information with? Now, plenty of research has been done on learning models and styles, from perceptive to cognitive to latent. But one model stands out and has been a referral point for many researchers as well. Over the years, learning styles have been categorized in different ways. One such is Neil Fleming's VARK model. This is a popular concept, and Fleming invented this around 1987 to help students and individuals understand their learning preferences. So let me explain VARK learning style to you, and maybe it can help you understand how you prefer to learn. But by this, I do not mean that you get stuck to it or be rigid about it. All right? So here it goes. So what does VARK stand for? V stands for visual learning, A stands for auditory or oral learning, R for reading and writing, and K for kinesthetic learning. In my opinion, this is not the only way to learn, nor should you be confined to this, because I don't want you to think that if you are a V or a K, you can't be an A or an R, or be confined to thinking that that's your only style, because although one of your sensory abilities may be heightened, it does not mean that the others are useless. All right? So let's just deep dive a little into the VARK model. Visual learners. These learners prefer to see, watch, and learn. So, diagrams, graphics, handouts, charts, images, illustrations, videos, even maps really, help visual learners understand information better. If you usually get distracted during a lecture or while reading, but when a PPT or video is shown, your focus is better, then you probably are more inclined to visual learning. Oral learners or auditory learners. They learn best through listening and hearing. Their auditory senses are stronger. So, music, lectures, discussions, podcasts, audiobook, lecture recordings, These help grasping information much faster for oral learners. They're usually good at remembering what has been told rather than what they read or watch. And if you find the Life Manifesto helpful or have retained information or learned something from the episodes here, then of course, your auditory learning abilities are very high. Then come the reading and writing learners. Of course, as the name suggests, these learners prefer to make notes, read, write, make presentations, research notes, write dissertations, thesis, make lists, to-do lists, schedules, maintain information in calendars, diaries, and books. Basically, they grasp better when words are displayed for them to read, or if they can write words down to make sense of it. So it could be textbooks, notes, whatever it is, but usually either they like to read or write. Lastly, we have the K, kinesthetic learners, also called tactile learners. These learners learn best by practically and tangibly doing things. Touch, movement, experiments, hands-on activities, that's their style of learning. They like to do and learn rather than watch and learn or listen and learn. So building something from scratch, art and craft, scientific experiments, painting, cooking, creating, constructing, or even assembling an item can be very exciting for them. And they are able to retain more by doing. These learners also find it very hard to be stationed for too long since they like movement, and doing things means moving around. So that is essential for them. So that's the VARK learning style for you. While this modality has been a great foundation for understanding learning styles, I do want to highlight why it is also questionable at times. As soon as you listened to the VARK model, did you decide what kind of learner you are? You must have, right? Well, if you did, then you labeled yourself. Oh, that's it. I watch and learn, so I'm a visual learner. Oh, now I get it. No wonder I listen so well because I'm an auditory learner. So if you just told yourself that, I'm better at learning things by doing things because I'm a kinesthetic learner, then you will excuse yourself when it comes to listening or reading. You'll just say, that's not my learning style. So I can't read a book and I can't listen to anything and I can't learn through audiobooks and podcasts. This right here is the problem. Knowing your preferred learning style does not mean you dismiss other senses or the power that they offer in grasping information. Instead, if you know you are better with one, then you must work on improving the others too. Unless you are impaired by any one sense, all of them work and all of them are equally important for you to learn, to retain, and to grasp. So please don't label yourselves with any of the above. This is just so that you are aware of your preferred style of learning or the easier way for you to gain knowledge. But it's not your only way. If you are a teacher or student, coach or educator, try and inculcate a multi-modality learning process. When you are rushed to learn something, use your preferred style. When you holistically want to learn something, indulge in more than one style. And if you are an eager learner for life, then practice learning in your lesser preferred styles as well. In this way, you will use the VARK model to do better and not just be confined. Those are a couple of learning styles for you, and maybe what you need to do this week is observe what are you better at and what you should improve at. So my precious people, if you enjoy listening to the Life Manifesto and manifesting your life and achieving your dreams, please go ahead and like and rate our podcast. You can also click on the notification bell to get to know as soon as our latest episode drops. Do subscribe to the Life Manifesto. It's going to help us go a long way and also reach out to like-minded people who want to truly manifest their lives and live the best version of themselves. Meanwhile, do what you love and do it often. And if you don't like something, go right ahead and change it. The power is within you. Thank you for tuning in to the Life Manifesto with me, Zarina. If you find the show useful, then please share it with your friends, family, and co-workers. You never know. You may just help someone become the best version of themselves. And if you want to align your life with some signature masterclasses, certification courses, and live sessions with me, go check out and download my app, Life Manifesto with Zarina Poonawalla. Available on Play Store or Apple Store. And if you have any suggestions or anything that you would like to share with me, get in touch with me on my social media handles. I am at Zarina Poonawalla on Instagram and LinkedIn, and at Zarina Speaks on Twitter. See you in the next episode.